Presented by Listen Headlines. Latest financial news from trusted sources. Updating daily noontime New York City.
The Library of Economics and Liberty.
October 29, 10:35 America, New York, German gas and knowledge problems. It rarely happens that politicians explicitly acknowledge that they failed to understand what they thought they could design. Unfortunately, that they acknowledge this does not mean that they stopped designing. New York Times Business.
October 29, 8 o'clock America, New York. Accommodation is not a shield from criticism. An employee with a chronic condition can be held accountable at work. But it should be about their performance apart from their illness.
New York Times Business.
October 29, 8 o'clock America, New York. Accommodation is not a shield from criticism. An employee with a chronic condition can be held accountable at work. But it should be about their performance apart from their illness.
Marginal Revolution.
October 29, 7:25 America, New York. A safety emergency happened at the Wuhan Institute of Virology in November of 2019. ProPublica, with Vanity Fair, is putting their reputation on the line with a very damning report suggesting COVID emerged from a lab leak at the Wuhan Institute of Virology.
Wall Street Journal U.S. Business.
October 29, 5:30 America, New York. Economic pressures weigh on voters as election nears. Decades-high inflation is pushing some undecided Americans toward Republicans in the final midterms campaign stretch.
Daily FX Market News.
October 29, 2 o'clock America, New York. Bitcoin price outlook. BTC, ETH, Dogecoin upside face risky week ahead. With the Fed, Bank of England, BOE, and NFP on the economic agenda, can Bitcoin, Ethereum and Dogecoin maintain bullish momentum?
Marginal Revolution.
October 29, 1:26 America, New York. The finite pool of worry. These rents are more than exhausted. According to Weber's psychological theory of the finite pool of worry, people avoid dealing with multiple negative events at the same time.
Global Economy. October 29, 0:00 America, New York. Biden's $369 billion climate push ripples through developing countries. New U.S. Act may make it more expensive to switch to cleaner energy in emerging markets.
Wall Street Journal U.S. Business.
October 29, 0:00 America, New York. An American built a business inside China. Clients want him to leave. Manufacturer Jacob Rothman says he faces calls to make goods elsewhere because of supply chain meltdowns, trade tensions and COVID-19 lockdowns.
Daily FX Market News. October 28, 2000 America, New York. Australian dollar outlook. Crucial CPI data may prompt RBA action. The Australian dollar has found higher ground over the past week on a strong CPI read and a weaker US dollar, while the RBA rate decision lies ahead. Will it boost AUD, USD?
BBC News Business.
October 28, 1734 America, New York. You think twice about driving, fuel prices rise again. The rise in diesel and petrol prices is having a particularly tough impact in rural areas.
Daily FX Market News.
October 28, 1700 America, New York. FX week ahead. Top 5 events. BOE, Fed, RBA, rate decisions, Canada jobs report, US NFP. The first week of November is all about central banks.
New York Times Business. October 28, 1623 America, New York. S&P 500 rebounds after a week of mixed messages from big tech. Investors, who have been closely watching company earnings reports for signs of economic headwinds, appeared to zero in on better-than-expected results from Apple.
Wall Street Journal U.S. Business.
October 28, 1550 America, New York. IRS says tax compliance rising, but hundreds of billions still go uncollected. The estimates point to significant opportunities for the IRS to collect more unpaid taxes, using the $80 billion that Congress authorized for the agency's expansion over the next decade.
Marginal Revolution. October 28, 1520 America, New York. Interrupting Janet Yellen. How prevalent is gender bias among U.S. politicians? We analyze the transcripts of every congressional hearing attended by the chair of the U.S. Federal Reserve from 2001 to 2020 to provide a carefully identified effect of sexism, using Janet Yellen as a bundled treatment.
Global Economy.
October 28, 1315 America, New York. Big Tech Blues. investors turn sour over runaway costs. Plus, U.S. inflation figures keep pressure on Fed, Japan's $200 billion stimulus and Musk seals Twitter deal.
Global economy.
October 28, 1301 America, New York. The Fed's dilemma. How long to keep at it on inflation? Amid conflicting economic signals and with midterms looming, the U.S. central bank weighs a critical decision over interest rates.
BBC News Business.
October 28, 10 o'clock America, New York. Elon Musk clears out Twitter bosses in $44 billion deal. The billionaire acts as the social media platform's executives in his first move after buying the firm.